What's up, and welcome back to Cleats to Whistle podcast. I am Brad Valdez.
I am Kevin Watson.
And man, we are here at the home studio. We're actually doing Pick 6, and we actually have guest pickers this season, so it's going to be exciting, man. We have Cory Bosemer, man. Excited to have you on, man.
What's going on, Brad?
He asked me who the first one should be, and I said there's a no-brainer. Southside Cory.
I'll take that.
Southside Cory. So you know what? Go ahead and just shout out what you do, man, for the city.
So my name is Cory Bosemer. I run the football page, Football for Kentucky DBA on Facebook. I think I'm at like 25.4 thousand something followers now and like 18.3 in likes. I started it, I think, right when I first worked with him at Moore doing security when JJ was a junior and senior. And I think I was less than 1,000 followers at that time. So in 4.5, 5 years, I've grown it to now. It started in the like Little League, and then it grew to middle school, then grew to high school. And then as quick as it grew, I realized I was meant for more and capable of doing more. So I said, F this, and then started reaching out to colleges. I started with Louisville at first. It's funny. I'm like that. I was like that annoying girlfriend. Eventually, you're going to say yes.
Yeah.
And then I got into college, and then you know how it is. You go here or there, you link up with people, and that's how I got to go to the NFL draft and draft combine. And the rest is history. I know I'm good at what I do, and if I wasn't, I wouldn't be talking to the people that I do. So it's my job to continue to find out why I'm doing it.
There we go, man.
I've been trying to tell this dude I'll carry his bags or whatever, man. I don't want to get down on the field and on the court.
So, man, just go give him a follow. We actually going to put your Twitter down here. If you got anything else, man, just hit me up and send me a screenshot.
And I got other stuff, but to be honest with you, man, I don't really focus on the other things. My main focuses are Facebook and Twitter. I'll post on Instagram, but it's just if like I share a reel from Facebook to Instagram.
Gotcha.
My mainstay is Facebook and Twitter.
Okay, there we go. Now we'll tag your Twitter down there. So go give.
Cory's got his hands in I mean WWE, boxing, MMA, I mean NBA. I mean he dabbles in all of it, and that's what makes him so unique. It's just, he's not just stuck in one thing.
Well, one thing that I've learned is like, especially in the regional states, a lot of people that do this type of stuff are stagnant.
Yeah.
And they have what my grandma used to call it, tunnel vision.
Yeah.
That's how they operate. I don't. I got ADD, thank God.
Yeah. So, yeah, make sure you go follow him. Man, it's just an exciting time. But, yeah, here comes the Pick 6. I'm very excited. Coach, hey, we got to figure out what we're going to do then. Well, what's going to be the punishment?
I've told you, the loser goes out to Dixie Highway with a sign that says, I suck at picking games.
I tell you what, if you lose at the end of the year, you should shave your head. And if
No.
Let me finish.
You've never seen my head, dude.
But let me finish.
I've had a rough life. I got knots and nicks and everything.
He has to grow his hair out.
He can't grow his hair, and I cannot shave mine.
Well, you gotta make it worth it, like something cool, something embarrassing.
We'll figure it out. Hey, we got 10 weeks.
I'd have to move in with you if I shaved my head. My wife has seen me with real short hair, and my head is funky.
Funky?
I've got knots and scars.
I got the good dome
Emphasis
going.
on short.
Yeah, thanks.
So, hey, let's go, man. Pick 6. Hey, we're putting our nuts on the table. And Cory, you don't know what games we picking, but as you can see, there's a little list
I know
over
of
there.
one I'm picking.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, we're going to get to game 1. Hey, Dakota, we got Dakota here too, our graphic design guy. So if you hear him chime in, we got actually a mic over here for him so he can jump in and say who he likes. So, hey, you ready? Game 1?
I'm ready.
Game 1. We are actually picking Collins at Shelby County. Who you got, Coach?
Last year, Shelby County won 33-24. New coaching staff at Shelby County. Collins has still got our boy at quarterback.
Yeah,
so,
Caden Gooding.
Cade Gooding, he's a dude.
In my opinion, he's a better athlete than quarterback.
Absolutely.
Not saying he's not a good quarterback.
He's not there yet at quarterback. I think he will be.
For sure.
It's at Shelby County. I'm going with Collins.
Ooh, you're going Collins.
I'm going with Collins.
You know what? I am gonna throw a couple stats out there. Gianni Hunter is still at Shelby County. He went off last year in that game. He had 21 carries for 220 yards.
He's over 1,100 for the total or more.
And they won.
Yeah.
They won that game.
And they won that game. At Collins. So, Coach Jaggers, I'm rolling with the Rockets, man. I'm going Shelby County just because you got Gianni Hunter. That's it.
There you go. We're already – somebody's going to be losing this game. Cory, who you like in this game?
I'm going to have to go with Collins because of what mentally and emotionally the city, the school, and the team went through. So, a lot of people know I ain't got to get into specifics. But sometimes it takes a while to recover from that type of shit. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Not saying that Shelby County ain't got talent. Obviously, like you said about Hunter, dude's a baller, dude's a beast. Love the kid. But I'm going to have to give a slight edge to Collins because of what Shelby County, everything they went through last year, and then good on that quarterback. That's why.
There we go. Also, they got some dudes. Davion Adele, he actually transferred from Shelby County to Collins. So, that's going to be another wrinkle in the game.
Don't get me wrong. I love Shelby County. I love what Coach Jaggers has done, but it's still early. It's to be determined yet. They could be there at the end, but I just think playing this game, the first game of the year, I think experience is going to have a lot to do with it.
Well, another thing, it's not that he's not a capable coach, but he hasn't done much as the head coach. And that's going to matter in a game like this. Not saying that he can't pull it out, but a lot of factors.
I mean, they could win. They could beat him again. I'm just slight edge to Collins because of the experience factor.
There you go. Jaggers' error for me is going to be 1-0. So let's go. Let's go, Shelby County. Game two. Game two is going to be Holy Cross at North Bullitt.
Last year, Holy Cross won 23-7. You want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know how I feel about Holy Cross and Coach Dick. I mean, Coach Dick is my guy.
Eric.
Coach Eric Dick is my guy.
Just Eric's fine. That would suffice.
Coach Eric is fine.
The only man I know with two of them.
But I love what North Bullitt's doing, too. I mean, they've got Aaron Spiker. He's a dude. If he gets rolling downhill against those smallish Holy Cross guys, it could be a long night. I'm going with Holy Cross.
You're going with the Cross. All right, and
I got my South End shirt on, and I am going with the highway. Look, hey, 31W.
Hey, there we go. He got the highway on. So, yeah, he's going to Holy Cross. Hey, that's a good call.
Let me guess you're not.
It's going to be interesting. The only reason why I said last year the score says 23-7, but the score, going into halftime was only 10-0.
This is a very evenly matched game.
Yeah,
you're right. It was.
And Carbello, his second season, we're going to see what he can do. You know what I mean? We went out there and interviewed, four of their guys. Yeah. That Avery Kelly is going to be a little feisty guy. He's going to be in that slot, and he comes down to be that safety. So
the key is Aaron Spiker. If Aaron Spiker gets rolling, he's like Mike Allstott, dude. If he gets rolling, watch out. But I think Holy Cross.
I want to say Holy Cross, but man, fuck it, North Bullitt's due. They have been, pardon my French, I'm just going to keep it real here.
Yeah, that's
and
fine.
I don't care what anybody out there has to say, but the North Bullitt ain't been shit for a long time in the sport of football. Not to discredit the coaches or the athletes that have came and gone, but let's be real. Let's call a spade a spade. They ain't been shit in a while, and they're due.
Yep.
And like you said, you combine with what they're due and that kid, what's his name? Aaron Spiker.
Aaron Spiker, yeah.
Why not? And it's at North Bullitt.
It is at North Bullitt.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
I like and love Holy Cross. I'm going to have to go with the North because they're due to do something.
There you go. And I like that take. I love that take. But the only thing is
I'm definitely catching something for it, but I don't care. I'm used to it.
I'm actually picking Holy Cross for the fact that these last two or the first two scrimmages that they had at North, and then they had Fern Creek come last week. Man, I think they're just tested. North Bullitt had, I think, I can't remember who they had, but their second one was Iroquois. So I don't know if they really got that good look and that good work.
I mean, yeah, that's,
so
it's called spade a spade. It ain't really saying much.
Right. But I am picking Holy Cross this game, and just because we were not just because we were just out there, but I'm just saying, Pennebaker is a dude.
He's one of my former players, by the way. I coached him in Little League. Yep.
Did you really?
He's a dude.
That kid is a
legit.
stud.
He's legit.
He's only a sophomore.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's 300 yards away from breaking the school record already in rushing. Is that right?
That's what he
might
said.
He's no. Well, what I'm saying is he's no older than a junior.
No,
Right.
he's a junior. This is his junior season.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah,
He's got a
sophomore,
year.
junior.
He's got 2 full years.
2 full
to get
years.
300 yards to break the all-time record. I told him, I said, screw it, just get the first game, get it over with.
And sit out the rest of your career.
Hey, but you know what? Coach had a huge, really good lead, and you were talking about the linebackers. Aiden Deweese is a dude too.
Holy Cross leans on their linebackers. Now,
They always
like
have.
I said, Ernst Spiker's a dude. He's like Jerome Bettis meeting you in that gap of the linebackers. Who's going to wear out first? Is Holy Cross's linebackers going to wear out? It's third, fourth quarter, or is the pounding on Ernst Spiker going to catch up to him? That's to be determined. To me, that's the game right there. Can Ernst Spiker get going, get 250 and 3 touchdowns, or can Holy Cross pound him, wear him out?
I'd say the size of the line.
Yeah.
It ain't the size of the fighting the dog. It's the size of the whatever. You know what I'm saying?
That's why he's been married so long.
That's right.
So yeah, that Coach Carbella, man, good luck.
Oh yeah,
man, this season I think it's going to be something totally different for them guys.
and don't take any of this personal. We don't know what the hell we're talking about.
We're going to move to game 3. All right, game 3, and this is going to be a good one, man. This is Cal at Owensboro.
Last year, Cal won 28-14 at Cal. I got a little inside information on this game.
Easy.
We were talking about it a little earlier. Cal's fighting some stuff right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I hate Owensboro with everything in me. I will never pick them, so I'm going with Cal.
Ooh, really?
Even though they got some dudes fighting some stuff, I'm going with Cal.
Okay.
Y'all never pick Owensboro, ever. Ever.
Whoa, that's a big statement. That is a huge statement out of you.
You ever seen the show Friends?
Yeah.
So basically what he's implying is like Ross's, you know how Ross
Yeah.
sister
Right.
Monica, that's what he's doing to Owensboro.
That's right.
He's bringing it out.
People our age will know that.
Yeah.
I agree 100%. 100%.
Not the dude over there.
It's like Friends. Friends, what's that?
So I'm gonna give my pick, and then you can take this one last, Cory. This game was 21-0.
Yeah.
You know, going into halftime. Owensboro didn't score until the 9:25 mark of the third quarter, so it was kind of, you know what I mean, kind of lopsided. You know what I mean? You know, week 1 they probably took their foot off the pedal a little bit, so they're not going to want to they're trying to save themselves. But I'm going to tell you what, that quarterback for Owensboro, who is it? Trevor DeLacy. He's a senior this year, but he was a junior last year. The kid went off. He went 19 of 34 for 240 yards.
But they lost.
And he also rushed for 90 yards. But that was kind of inflated just because that last run was, well, I think it was, he busted a 60-yarder. So, you know, that's what happens, right?
That is what happened.
That's what happens.
How do you say it in dodgeball? Reminds me of Kevin, L for love. I don't think it stands for love. I don't think it stands for love.
But you know what? Cal has a new quarterback, Connor Hodge.
He's not a new quarterback.
He's not
been
a
in
new
that
quarterback,
program.
but he's been playing what?
He
He's
knows
been
the
playing
offense
receiver.
like the back of his hand.
Yes, I know that. But he's got to take over for his brother.
You know the difference between
Go ahead, sorry.
Connor Hodge and everybody else is?
What?
He's a dog.
Ooh. Do I hit it?
Hit the dog button.
Do I hit it?
Hit it.
Dog. Hit the dog button.
He's a dog.
So that button actually barks.
It's a dog.
Yes, dog. That's it. Hey, whenever you see the hit the dog button on Twitter, dog. That's what it means right there. Okay. One other thing. they got Evan Hampton. The kid is a dog, and he ran all over probably a couple of your teams. Well, probably not a couple, just probably one, because he's a senior this year. Got a lot of D1 offers.
I agree.
You said it. You said it yourself. Going to Owensboro,
It's different.
Is different.
It is different. But
especially for certain people.
look at absolutely. We had no chance.
Just gonna say that.
Look at Cal's coaching staff. Look at Cal's the last 2 years, what they've been through together.
Yep.
Back-to-back state champs. They're not going to be phased going down there. It's like the next when they go to Central later in the year, they're not going to be phased by that stuff.
Right.
They're groomed for that. Their coaching staff, NFL players, high-level college players. They're not going to let them get carried away. That's the edge.
Yep.
Owensboro, the O word, I hate saying their name even. They'll be
I
ready.
don't like the name Owen. It just sounds ugh.
They're going to be 0-1 after this week.
Listen, I say all of this to say this. My pick is going to be Cal. I'm going Cal too.
Okay.
All right.
All that for Cal?
All that for Cal.
Make a stand. Go for it.
It's definitely not going to be Owensboro.
0-1.
So I'll say why specifically. There's a certain individual, he know who exactly he is, that's a real homer for Owensboro. He's always on the page talking shit during high school. And I get it. You want your homers. But bro, man, just shut up, dog. So for that reason alone, he knows who he is. I'm going with Cal.
Ooh, sweep. That's the first one we agreed on, right, fellas?
This is a weird game because they're both top 5 teams in their class.
Yeah.
Cal's number 1.
Right now.
Owensboro's number 5.
That'll change.
They're both in the hunt for state championship. One of them's going to be 0-1. Think about that.
I mean, honestly, Cal could lose.
Cal will
Whatever.
not lose more than 2 games.
I'm
but,
saying they could
yes.
lose 3 or 4. It don't matter. I guarantee you they at least make it to the state
I mean,
championship.
how many times?
I don't say they win, but I say they at least get there.
We lost the first game, win 11 in a row. Owensboro last year, or Atherton last year lost the first game, win 11 in a row. So you can do it. Cal's schedule's pretty tough this year.
Yeah, of course you can do it when you play cupcakes.
I agree.
I'm not talking about you guys.
No, our schedule sucked. Our district was ridiculously bad, and it killed us.
Yeah.
That's in general statement, by the way.
In general statement.
In general. Yes.
The RPI killed
That's
us.
the way you're politically correct.
The RPI killed us.
Politically correct. Okay, so we're moving on.
Owensboro is a tough place to play. It will be, what was it, two touchdowns last year?
Yeah.
28-14?
Yeah.
I think that's
They got athletes.
That's about the neighborhood, I'm thinking.
They got athletes for sure.
Really?
I think it's going to be
Well, I think it's going to be tighter than that. I think it's
28-21?
No, I think it might
14-7?
Yeah, might be
21,
might be a 14-7 game.
I agree. It's
Yeah.
going to be a good game.
It's going to be.
I wish we could go down there. But
Did Owensboro lose much?
I don't know. I know Cal is loaded. So
As much as they lost, they're still loaded, yes.
Yes.
I don't know. Owensboro, I think, kind of.
Speaking of Cal, who's due to have a breakout year, Jahai Brown.
Don't get me started on that one. He's a dog.
He's been Barry Sander since he was 5 years old.
Yes.
It's gonna.
Pun intended.
It's finally his time.
Sophomore.
Yeah.
Just to give you a quick heads up, because I looked up how many seniors Owensboro had. They had 12 seniors graduate this past year. I think Cal was somewhere in the neighborhood of 12, maybe 18 as well.
It's going to be a good game.
About the same. But I got a question for you, Kevin. How much do you think the traveling from here to Owensboro is going to affect Cal, considering, you got to get out of school maybe a little bit earlier and stuff? Do you think that hurts Cal at all?
No.
I agree. I mean,
Not at all.
if I have to pick, I'm picking Cal in this matchup, but I just didn't know if you think travel
here's
would
the
hurt.
difference. Their coaching staff will have them mentally prepared.
Mm-hmm.
The difference between them and what we did, most of our kids had never left Jefferson County before, ever.
Never had to.
Ever. And we go 3 hours away. Cal's on the road all the time. Big game.
Yep.
They're big game prepared. They're big game ready.
100%.
Won't affect them one ounce.
I was just
used
saying
to
because they had the
travel.
big 7-on-7 actually in Alabama
In
this
Hoover.
year earlier.
They went to Hoover and
Third
came
year
in second, right?
Third
Yeah.
year. Last year they came in first or second last year too.
So,
Yeah.
I was just
Won't
curious if
phase
you
them at all.
thought maybe
That's a
that would
great
be
question, and it affects a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
It won't affect Cal.
There you go. Great question.
Great
Look
question.
at Dakota.
Great question.
Let's go. Okay, so we're gonna move on, and this is the game that I'm really excited about, and it is Emmanuel at Central.
Whew. One
This
of
is
these
gonna-
teams,
hey,
there
this is
again,
gonna be
one
crazy.
of these teams is going to be 0-1.
It's an easy pick for me.
And here's the thing
Super.
that blows my mind last year.
Joking, not super.
Manual won 26-0. That blew my mind. Now, that is not the same Central team they've got this year.
No,
And
No.
if you've been watching the channel, we both picked Central to win the state championship this year in 4A. So this is a tough one.
this is
This
a
tough.
really this
Manual
is, a really tough.
is very much improved. At Central, first game of the year, I'm rocking with the dark side. I'm going with Central.
really.
Yeah.
What up, Dans?
Coach
Danzler's the dude.
Danzer's gonna have him. Hey, he's gonna have him rolling. What
That is a
I've
tough environment.
what I've been hearing too is they're playing really physical.
Yes.
Really physical.
I talked to Coach McKee from Scott County, and he said they're as good as advertised.
Yeah.
They were very
They
physical.
better be. They got some of the best inner city youth talent in the last 20 years on that same squad.
Pretty sure that this year has been circled for Central.
Okay,
they
so-
were looking
so-
Cortez is a senior. This is the year that they were expecting.
Okay, so Cam Jesse,
Mm-hmm.
Corey Warner,
Dog.
Jalen Hayes, Caden Cure,
Mm-hmm.
all right, and then Caden Baker. That
Manuel's defense is stout.
they're going to be just as physical
Absolutely.
as Central.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
we had all four of those guys on. We didn't have Caden Baker on, but
Cam Jesse may be, I hate to say he's the best defensive player around these parts.
He's
right-
one of them.
He's right there.
He's one of them.
He's
I'll
there.
give you that.
Dude,
He's one,
Cam
definitely
Jesse
one of
is
them.
a dude.
Not
we
a dog,
saw- we-
a dude.
There's a difference between a dog and a dude.
a
He's
dog and a dude.
But we went out and watched that Franklin County, and when he's on the field, it's different.
Franklin County's got a squad too.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We'll get to them later.
Dudes.
But back to Cam Jet. I mean, Cam is gonna. They're gonna go. That defense is gonna go as far as Cam takes them.
Yep.
Fair enough.
No, it's fair enough.
The question with
pretty accurate.
Manuel is they're off their young quarterback. Is the question. He looked great. He was rolling out of the pocket. He was throwing on the run. He was very accurate. Does he hold up? Does he hold up against Central's relentless pressure? Does he get the job done? I think this could be a 7-0, 14-7 game.
Yeah, and that score last year is kind of funky too. If you see the score box, it was like, well, I'll put it down here, and it was like 5.
Yeah.
It was like 7. It was
It blew my
it
mind.
was
That
weird.
Was a
the
weird
score,
game.
the box was weird.
Yeah.
But my one thing to you guys would be is that the game plan for Manuel, is it to just stop Cortez?
No. They got a
I
receiver.
don't think Manuel has to.
Central got a receiver by the nickname Kool-Aid too. that they have to
Kool-Aid
watch out
Kool-Aid's
for.
a real deal.
Yeah.
If you get Kool-Aid one-on-one, lights out.
And that's a Montez Wolford.
And there's the question: does Manuel load the box and stop? They picked their point. Do you let Cortez get his and hold off everything else and give up 20 points? Because Cortez is going to get his. I don't care what defense they're playing. If Cortez holds
It's
up
tough.
this year, he's going to have a massive year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is-
So what do you
this
think,
is-
Court? Do
yeah,
you
this is a
think
tough one.
now you just said no to that load up the box and stop Cortez. Now what would be your key?
Because if you do that, then you free up Kool-Aid and you free up everything else they got. What a lot of people don't realize on Manuel, another team that went through a lot, we definitely
Don't get me started.
don't have to say anything about what Manuel went through.
Right, exactly.
And it's unfair to the kids, community, and the coaches over there.
right.
With that being said, whole new coaching staff. With that being said, you lost a lot of players last year. You factor them two things in with everything that you went through last year. There's a flip side of what they went through last year. You got a lot of proof from it, but you're still going through last year. So I'm going to go with Central.
Central. Okay.
What, did you pick Central or you haven't picked yet?
No,
picked Central.
No, I haven't.
I went on ahead. My bad.
No, I haven't picked yet.
I thought you did. Sorry.
No.
This is a tough one.
This had me like for about an hour and a half. I was just sitting there thinking, and that was my key to the game was, will they load the box to stop Cortez? I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do, but I know they got a Montez, and they're both dudes. So I think Manuel's defense is gonna step it up, and I think. And we talked about this on our top 25. It's gonna. This whole team is gonna really go around that defense.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, I am picking Manuel to beat Central.
There's nothing wrong with that
There's
pick.
nothing wrong. And I teetered back and forth on that because if you stop Cortez and make the quarterback beat you, but Central's not one-dimensional by any means.
No.
More this year than they ever have been. They're two-dimensional. And that's scary. That's scary, and that's why I picked them to win the state championship. But you can lose the first game, still win the state championship.
Exactly.
So it all depends on Manuel's offense. I have no doubt their defense is going to be a top 6 or 7 defense in 6A this year. No doubt. What's their offense do? New system, new coach, new quarterback,
New running back.
not proven quarterback. We watched them. I was impressed. Now, do they have stuff to work on? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
This is going to be a great gauge to the rest of Manuel's season.
Exactly.
Right here.
Exactly. And that's why I picked Manuel, just because I think that defense is really, really
I'm
good.
okay with that.
Yeah.
I really, to be honest with you, I spent an hour on this game and I went back and forth. And I thought about it. I'm going to call Coach Danzler. But then I was like, no, I'm not going to do it.
I'll call him right now.
No, I would too, but this is I tell you, this is going to be a slobber knocker.
It's going to be
At Central, so it's going to be crazy down
It'll
there.
be closer, way closer this year than last year.
It won't be 26-0.
No.
Either way.
No way.
No.
Would you be
I'm
surprised if it was? Would you be surprised if Manuel went down there and beat Central 26-0 again?
Yes.
I would too.
I would.
Would you be
shocked.
surprised if Central beat Manuel 26-0?
No, I would not.
I would not.
No.
That's the difference in my eyes.
I'll give you that, yeah.
That's a good take. That's a good take, man. Okay, we're moving on to game number 5, and this one's kind of weird because I really don't know much about both of these teams, but you know the brand of football that they bring, and it is South Warren at Ballard, but the game is in Campbellsville.
They did not play last year,
And
so this is one of those weird anomalies where they picked it up this year.
Right.
I know a little bit about both these teams. I don't know Ballard, but I know Coach Keene. We battled for many years. They're going to be hard-nosed. They're going to be, I don't want to say crazy off the hook, but it's going to be chaos. And that's what he wants. He wants organized chaos. He wants these athletes to athlete, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
And the other side of the ball, South Warren, they are who they are.
Exactly.
They're not going to change one bit. I don't give a crap if they're playing
They're a
Boyle,
powerhouse.
if they're playing
They're what
Ballard.
they are
I
for a
don't care.
reason, yeah.
There again, new coach against a dude that's proven, has been there, is a proven winner. I love Coach Keene. We went out there and we liked what they were doing. I won't say love yet. I think the jury's out. Once again, can they buy into what Coach Keene's feeding them?
Yeah.
Are they going to eat what he's feeding them? I think they are. Defensively, I know they did.
Defensively, yes.
They got that corner on it that was on our side.
Yeah.
That was snatching towels. I mean, he was all about that life. And I think he's the leader. You can tell. And I think if they all buy into that hard-nosed, their defense is going to be pretty good this year too.
Well, and that's why I said we don't know anything about really these teams, but we just know the brand of football that they play,
right.
It's really top quality ball. You know, and just like Coach over there, I coached against Coach Keene, and it wasn't fun.
No.
But now with him having better players, and I say better players, I just mean bigger, faster, stronger.
It's totally different.
It's
This is
totally
different.
Yeah.
He was 3 yards in a cloud of dust with Bullitt Central.
Right.
He's got some dudes on the edge here. I'm going to give an edge to South Warren just because I don't know enough about what Ballard's going to do this year. I think Ballard's a top 10 team in 6A. I really do. But when it's all said and done, South Warren is South Warren. I think they're going to be First game of the year, I think South Warren is going to be more prepared to handle the bigness of this game, if that makes sense. South Warren.
South Warren's your pick. There you go. All right, Cory. Give us your hot take.
Ballard's due. If you realize
They've been due for 10 years, man.
Well, especially the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And then especially last year, you know, with what they went through last year on the field, and it's strictly what they went through on the field, not out off the field. Let me get that clear.
Yes.
I mean, the odds of that happening, you'd been better off winning the fucking lottery, pardon my French. If you do that
You're pretty good at French there. Oui.
If you do that 9 out of 10 more times,
Yeah.
the play's going to go the opposite way.
You're right.
I think I'm going to give Ballard because of how close they've been the last 2 years. Now, South Warren won't surprise me one bit. You said it word for word. I mean, they are who they are for a reason.
It wouldn't surprise me if they came up here and just rolled Ballard.
They've accomplished what they've accomplished for a reason.
Right.
I'm gonna go Ballard.
He picked them to win state championship this year.
Yeah, and that's what South Warren 5A state champ. I believe in them.
It once shocked me.
Yeah.
So you're saying Ballard? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
And I'm gonna go Ballard as well.
Ooh.
I'm gonna take Ballard as well, just because I know more of Coach Keene. I know his mentality. I know he's just he's gonna have him ready to play ball.
You don't know Brandon Smith.
Yeah, I don't, and that's maybe another reason why I didn't pick
What
him.
I tell you about the last name Smith?
Hey, what's Brandon Smith?
He's a dog. The last name Smith holds a lot of weight around this state.
Yes, and you know it's crazy because it's that neutral site. You don't know how it's gonna go.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
that who's gonna bring more fans?
This was another weird one.
This was another one that I stayed up and was just like, I don't know.
And
who
I'll
picked.
ask you the same question. If Ballard rolls South Warren, will you be surprised?
No.
If South Warren rolls Ballard,
No. Will you be shocked, Cory?
will you be shocked if Ballard?
If South Warren rolls Ballard, I would be. I wouldn't be shocked if they beat them, but I'll be surprised if they roll.
If they roll, okay, yes, I agree with that. If they roll them, yes, that'd be the huge.
It
But
wouldn't surprise me if they did win.
yeah, I would take that too. Yeah,
No,
I feel that one.
and that's the way I looked at all of them. Would you be surprised either way? And
You have to.
These are great picks, man. These games are going to be great games. I
Dude,
think.
they're gonna be crazy, man. They're gonna be crazy. But hey, we got to go to the team of the week, the game of the week. Who is that, Coach?
Bryan Station, game of the week, team of the week. This
Yes.
is actually the Great American Rivalry game of the
Here,
week.
let me
as
call
well.
Coach Hawkins right now.
I've talked to Coach Hawkins all week, so
I got him Thursday, but I'm going to call him.
this
means
is a
more when it comes from the boss.
actual rematch of the state championship last year.
Yes.
Trinity won 41-20.
Yes.
Actually beat them twice last year.
Yep. Opening game 1, right? And they beat them 36-3.
Don't call him. Get that off of it.
Hey, Cory's gonna call it right now.
He's right in the middle of practice. He's going to kill you.
7 o'clock.
He's doing something. Trust me. They're playing Trinity this week. But getting to the picks. Once again, I will
He'll give me a
never,
pass.
ever, ever pick Trinity. Ever. I don't like those dudes. They took my state championship away from me. I'm done with them.
What year was this?
2013.
It was at PRP.
They beat us in the state championship.
And no, they just didn't beat them in the state
They
championship.
mollywopped us in the
Get
state
shit out of here. Let's be
championship.
for real.
Oh, and
No, but serious, in all seriousness, I respect everything that they've ever done.
I don't blame
They've
you.
earned it.
They
Am I pissed? Yes, because that was my one chance.
care.
That was my one chance, and they beat us like we stole something.
That's really been only PRP's one true chance.
That's right, and it's never going to happen again. You heard it here first. It's never going to happen again. That was the perfect storm that year. We didn't play anybody in the playoffs. We didn't have to play St. X, Mayo.
True, that year y'all
Manual.
didn't.
We played
You're right.
Eastern
Yeah.
to get to the state championship. Yeah, 61 to
Here's your cookie.
whatever. Absolutely. We were down 21-7 in that game and won 61-21. But anyway, back to Trinity and Bryan Station. I love Coach Hawkins. He's my guy. Always has been. Very misunderstood dude. Very talented coach.
Once you talk to him, he's not.
He's not. He is who he is. Trinity, I don't know Coach Cobb. I knew Coach Beatty. Coach Beatty was who he was. I mean, you
saving
can't,
high school football.
You
Yeah.
can't knock. I don't know how many.
7 minutes. No, I'm tripping.
He was there
I'm talking maybe in the last 20 years.
he
He's
was
got
there 12 years or
15
something, 15 years and
longer than
112
that.
or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But-
a number.
Their tradition is unmatched. I can't pick him. I just can't. I'm going Bryan Station. I think Bryan Station's going to have the juice. Bryan Station's going to be crazy Friday night. Those fans are going to show out. They're going to carry them. I think it's going to be a close game. I really do. Don't be surprised either way. Don't be surprised Trinity just mollywops them. But I think it's going to be a close game. Bryan Station's got the dudes this year. Did they have the dudes last year?
Yeah,
They did.
they did.
Zane, for God's sakes, is a sophomore, and he's probably the best quarterback in the state.
His first full year. Last year wasn't a full season.
Yeah,
forget about that.
I mean,
Yeah, I was waiting for Cory to say something
gonna
about Zane. So
I'm going to go Bryan Station in a close one.
okay.
If they can stop Zane Johnson from being Zane Johnson and doing Zane Johnson stuff, I'll give it to Bryan Station. If they can't stop Zane, good luck.
I got a little inside information I shared with Brad on this game, too. No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Zane is kind of like Tom Brady. If you allow him to stand there, not saying he's Tom Brady by any means.
I get what you're
but
saying.
if he stands there and you play zone,
Give him time. That's
and
the
he
worst
picks
thing
you
you can do
apart,
with him.
he's going to pick you apart. If you make him, can Zane throw on the run? Yes. Would you rather him throw standing still or on the run as a defense coordinator? You'd rather him out rolling. I think Bryan Station pressures him, and I think they get to him.
Well, Hawkins is a naturally defensive-minded
That's right.
coach anyways. And if people forget who their DC is over there, former baller at the University of Louisville on the
JT's a
defensive
dude,
side
man.
of the ball.
And his kids are
You can tell he's the daddy off that.
excellent football players. Excellent football players. They'll be ready.
Yeah, and I said, and I put this in my notes. I said, like we always say, if you want to be the man, you got to beat the man. Who said that?
Did you make a pick? No, he didn't make his pick yet.
Oh, you didn't make your pick?
Oh, he didn't tell me to. You just asked
Make
me
your
what I
pick.
thought.
Who you got? That's what you did last time.
Yeah, I know.
If they can stop Zane, I'm going to give it to my buddy Phil and Bryan Station. If they struggle stopping Zane,
You can't pick
I'm
them
going to have
both.
to give it to Trinity.
You can't pick them both. You got to pick. Just make a stand.
But another reason why, I'm going to give it to Bryan.
Okay.
But
This is another game. Don't be surprised.
they've lost. They've lost a decent amount on the defensive side of the ball. They lost. Dog. I like pushing buttons.
They got a lot of dogs though.
They still do. But I'm gonna have to give it. I'll give it to Bryan.
Okay.
Okay, and we were just out there. I don't think a couple months ago. We had Kalen Washington, aka Jaws. He was on here. Jordan Haskins, who we were talking about earlier. The dad is the dog. You can hit it again too. Just double dog him.
He's a dog.
I'm telling you, man, I'm excited about this. We had Keon Washington. Yeah. He's gonna be a dude to watch. He's the right guard, I think. So this is gonna be an interesting game. But like I said,
let me tell you one more thing about this game that scares me. Trinity, the moment's not going to be too big for Trinity.
No.
It never is.
no,
Is it for
Is
Bryan
the moment
Station?
too
Yeah.
big for Bryan Station? That's the trap that they may fall into.
man, that place is gonna be juiced. The fans are gonna be there. I don't know how
We're going to be there.
Yeah, we're gonna be there. Actually, we're gonna be there live.
We're going to be on the field in the end zone. Look for us.
Yes, go look for us and make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Man,
We're going live.
Yeah, we're gonna be live. It's gonna be a good time. But
I might have to ride down with
Come
you
on,
guys. I don't know. I
come
didn't-
on, baby.
So here, I didn't plan on going, but I mean, if y'all,
We got room in the back of the
how do I say it? Fuck it.
We got room in the back of the
But my statement earlier is, if you want to be the man, you got to beat the man. Man, this is going to be a great game. I don't see this as being a blowout either way. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be 21-20.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to come down to a kick that I think. It's going to be interesting.
You know who's got the better kicker?
Yeah. And you know what? And I'm going to go Bryan Station. I'm just going to go Bryan Station. But I think it's going to be close just because they're at home.
And here's the other thing. Once again, one of these teams is going to be 0-1. They're both top 5 teams.
Yeah.
How crazy is that? I mean, there's a lot of matchups throughout the year that are crazy matchups that you're like, somebody's got to lose, and it's going to be devastating in the grand scheme of things.
Right. And that's why I want to pick. I want to pick the big games of the week. You know what I mean? I don't want to pick, no disrespect, but I don't want to pick.
Don't even say it because you will disrespect.
I know.
Let me throw another thing in on this game.
Oh, here we go.
Uh-oh.
No, what the Shamrocks need to focus on is being able to stop the bull rush, shove it down your effing throat running style that Phil Hawkins and his kids have had for a while. That's going to be a tough thing to stop.
I agree.
Their line's more.
Hey, did they do it in the state championship game last year?
Last year.
I agree 100%, but it's going to be almost a carbon copy as far as the teams go. Mm-hmm. They both lost some. They both got some. Dakota standing up.
He's ready to roll.
I had a question because talking about carbon copies of last year and everything, what do you all three think the odds are that these two meet again in the state championships like they did last year, playing week 1 and then playing in week 15?
45%.
I thought I said St. X is going to win the whole thing this year, so I say 0%.
Yeah, I say 0. I say
45 is less than 50. But
you're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, but I don't.
Could it happen? Absolutely.
But I don't think it happens. I don't think it happens. I think by the time
I didn't say who St. X was going to beat in the state championship.
But by the time that Ballard's going to be rolling, man, there's some teams, man, and we've already talked about this. 6A is going to be a gauntlet.
We looked at the schedules and we were like, I think the best team in 6A this year may have 3 losses. This is one of those years.
Don't say.
This is one of those years, man.
Does it start with the letter after L?
No.
All right, cool.
I think Frederick Douglass is very underrated. I'm getting off topic, but I'm telling you, there's 6 teams that can win 6A this year.
This is time to be off topic.
No, I just knew we had talked about it a little bit previously
that's
about
the
way
question.
This bracket breaks up half the time with the first, is it 3 rounds or geographical, and then the last 2 rounds are, state championship and RPI.
So Bryan Station's going to be over here.
Mm-hmm.
Frederick Douglass.
With Frederick Douglass.
Has got
Trinity and
top
X
3
and
toughest
Male and
schedule
Manual.
this year in the whole entire state out of all classes.
That's absolutely
bar
right.
none. Not even close.
But then you got Trinity, X, Male, Manual, Ballard on this side. Mm-hmm. So they're going to – only one of those 7 teams is coming out of it.
Yeah.
I'll give you that, yeah.
This may be the deepest 6A's been in a long time.
It's going to be tough, man. It's whoever
I don't
wins.
think there's going to be a 10-0 team in 6A.
No, there's going to be no undefeated.
Everybody has at least 1 loss.
Yes.
I think so.
We think
more than 1. I think 2 or 3.
That's good.
They're all playing
Finally.
each other. They're all playing each other.
Finally.
And a lot of them are playing Boyle County. Boyle County's going to beat some of these teams.
Boyle County's the best team in the whole entire state, all 6 classes.
I was actually getting ready to say Bryan Station plays Boyle County the very next week after playing Trinity.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So,
look
that's
at the game after that.
Sorry, I'm on the Trinity.
Bryan Station has to win this game.
They have to win this game.
Yeah, because their first.
You said they got Trinity, Boyle County.
They're home against Trinity, away at Boyle County. Then they're playing Bowling Green at Lexington Christian Academy, and then they're home against Ballard.
Speaking of Bowling Green,
they've got to win this
Speaking
game.
of Bowling Green, they beat the dog. They beat the dog out of the mill. Dog. 42-14, 42-21 in a scrimmage last week.
Ooh.
I know that for a fact. I was told that by 3 different people.
I know it for a fact.
So, Bowling Green's
I talked to a couple
got
people too.
Dog on that team.
Trust me, I know. They beat us like we had relations
And
with their sister last year.
You know who helped get Bowling Green to where they are and what they are? Your man from St. X.
Wallace. Wallace is the dude.
Yep.
Don't get me started
As
on
highly touted he is, in my opinion, he's still underrated. And he shouldn't be.
How many state championships did he win at Bowling Green?
Nick Saban?
5 or 6? Maybe?
5?
Is
Got
he
6 or 7
Did he win
total.
one at St. He won one at St. X 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost won 2 at St. X.
He's winning 3 this year. He's winning another one this year.
I like Kevin as a person, so I wouldn't be shocked if he did. I know his mind.
Kevin's a great guy.
I've talked to him about football, and in the back of my mind, when me and Kevin have talked, I'm like, what the fuck? This dude's smart. He's
He's like an idiot savant.
I shouldn't be that smart.
He really is. He's really.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can go on for
We could have
all day
3
long
hour
for this,
show.
but we got that was our pick 6. Okay, but now we got something fun, the alumni pick, and this is what I call the extra point.
This is the game.
Okay, this is the game to where I
Real
got
easy for me.
I got to call the Western game just because that was my first job when I came down coaching.
Good people at Western.
Yes.
Speaking of that, Western gets a bad rap, but it's like more. Good people. All it takes is one bad apple to ruin the bag.
Yep. And I want to give a shout out.
I know.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to the guys that were on the podcast last year. We haven't got out there yet, but I want to give a shout out to the
They need to work some stuff out before we.
Xavier Ware. He's gonna be. He's a good kid, man. Great running
Do they have
back.
enough dogs?
But do they have enough for the O-line? Yeah. Okay, Mark Shekels, Darion Stringer.
What are we
and
talking about here?
Sean Stevenson
Are we
Davidson.
talking about the Western game?
Yeah, no, I am.
I thought
He said alumni.
we're starting.
No,
Western.
and I know, and I said that's why I'm starting.
I'm sorry. I thought we were starting with DeSales.
This
Go
guy
right
over
ahead.
here. They are playing Henry County this week.
They did not play last year.
They
Is
did
that
not.
at Western?
No, it's at Henry County.
No, it's not. It's like at a different. It's like.
Oh,
at a
that's
neutral.
right, the neutral site as a bull.
Yeah, that game is being played at Carroll County.
It's at
Carroll County. I had that.
I don't think it.
Wow.
They could play on. I don't think. I think no offense
No.
against Western. I think they could play on the main.
No,
It wouldn't
and I'm
matter.
picking Henry County.
We've heard a lot of good things about Henry County.
But this is a to Western. This is a show me game.
Absolutely.
You're gonna have to show us what you have, and
Got to show everybody.
yeah, you're gonna have to show.
This
Yes.
Western's another team, no disrespect, that ain't been shit and ain't done shit in a long time in the sport of football.
Since Joe Jacoby was there.
Let's call it what it is.
Not Joe Jacoby. What
They've
was
had great people there and good athletes, but they have not done shit in a long
We ha-
time.
We haven't done.
Am I wrong?
I went the 2 years I was there. We went to second round of playoffs, so and that was 13-14. So shout out to the boys.
10 years.
Yeah, it's been
10 years.
it's been a minute, man. Yeah, but
time.
Bussy was over there.
They never beat
George
Fairdale.
Bussey?
They never beat Fairdale.
Yeah, we never.
Kevin.
We never. Yeah, and you know what?
Kevin
That quarterback beat me. That Garcia kid.
Garcia was there then?
Yeah,
I remember him.
Dylan. Yeah.
Yeah, Dylan Garcia.
Of course, I was 10 years
His
older than him at
brother
the
was
time,
a-
but I remember.
His brother was a twin.
Yeah.
And they both look like offensive linemen. One of them played quarterback.
Okay, so other than that, when you were there, then 2 second rounds, when's the last time they did anything?
That's
it.
Well,
That's
no, they won regional. Didn't they run regional
When?
with Preston?
They made it to it. I don't know if they
Two.
won it or not.
I can't remember. But with Preston King, they won it.
Okay.
But that was with
so
that was
maybe-
with my guys. though.
Maybe 3 years out of the last 25.
Preston watches this.
Does he? Well, he
Preston, I
knows.
love you.
He
Preston's
already
my
I
dog.
knows.
love
but-
Preston. Preston.
He knows.
I'll be getting a text over there.
And I'm
Yeah.
saying it like, and I say this to say this before you go any further. You know the shit that I caught talking about my high school, and I spoke nothing but effing facts.
When
so-
we're getting there. Just,
I will
just relax.
gladly.
Just simmer down,
speak
Mary.
facts.
We're getting there.
But anyway,
getting there.
my pick is Henry County. Notable games last year. They 5 or 6 games they were in them. They beat KCD. They beat Western Hills, and they
Who KCD beat last year that was really good?
Atherton.
Atherton.
First game.
Yeah, game 1.
Atherton won 11 in a row after that.
Yeah, there we
I'm
go.
not gonna-
So that's my pick, Henry
then-
County.
So
Henry County.
I'm not going to discuss that, but I agree.
Okay, here we go. Yep.
Owensboro, and then Owensboro was a team, believe it or not, that beat Atherton, right? They didn't
Yes.
beat them. They
They stomped them.
beat the shit out of them, yeah.
Yeah, they stomped
I'm
them.
not going to talk
But
about
okay. Now we're gonna save Corey's pick
Cory's going to go last.
for last. But now we're gonna have to
Damn,
get your
Kevin.
pick.
We're going to get my alumni. I went to Doss, and they're playing Southern this week. And last year it was
Roll my hold on, I gotta roll my jeans like a girl now. This is how big these things are. Look at that.
10-0 Southern beat Doss last year.
Yep.
It ain't happening this year. Doss will roll Southern.
Dawson improved. Paul's still over there.
Paul is still there.
Paul's still there.
They're very physical. They're very
They're lucky to have Paul.
Determined.
What he went through last year.
Yes.
You know what he went through, and it
They're
was
very
unfair.
determined. They're very physical. They got some dudes. Southern, we went and watched the 7-on-7, and Southern, I'm not going to lie, Southern didn't look very good at all.
Really?
Not very good at all.
They got a big school. You'd think they would.
And we talked about this, and this is
they're not a 6A football.
no, they're not a
populace.
6A,
They're a
but
6A school, but they're not a 6A
ESL
football
kids.
program.
Yeah, the ESL kids come
It
in.
all goes on your male population. You know, and they've
So what you're saying is a good portion is ELS, which is nothing wrong with that. but I
ESL.
get what
No,
you're saying.
absolutely not. But
Exactly.
they don't play football. They play soccer. They play other things.
Gotcha. It's things
So
that
you've
can.
got,
Yep.
I don't know, 800.
So Hatchet. We're not talking bad
We love
about
you,
you.
dog.
Absolutely
Yeah,
not.
Hatchet.
Hopefully you
this is-
sold your Audi that you've been posting for 6 weeks.
And let's be honest, he does very well with what he's got.
Yeah, no, Hatchet.
That's what makes Hatchet a good coach.
Justin's a great
for
coach.
what little he has had, he's
Yes.
done well with it.
If you put here's how I tell you how a coach is good. You take Justin Hatchett, you put him at Ballard. What's he do?
What happened last year? I think
Uh,
just because I know Justin. So
You take Justin Hatchett, you put him at Fairdale the last couple of years.
what's happened the last couple of years at Fairdale. So
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, and I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that statement.
He's got an unfair hand that's dealt by the 6A, by the JCPS rules on how they play.
So would you say they should be a
the football
5A
team.
more than or maybe even a 4?
I'm thinking they would be a very good 4 or 5A
Four.
team.
I'm
they
saying
would be a
4.
very good 4 or 5A football program.
No, I was just going to say I did a quick look on KHSAA to see how many players they have on roster. They have 52 players on roster for a 6A school.
And that's probably pretty generous.
Yeah, so that's very minimal compared to
That's
what
not
most
fair.
6As
That's
are
not
carrying.
fair to them.
Yeah, no, it's not.
It's not
That'd
fair.
be great for 4A.
Absolutely. They would compete with Moore and those guys if they were 4A.
They'd compete every year in 4A.
That's right.
You have 50-something
It's
kids.
not fair to them to be in the district they're in
Exactly.
with 50 kids.
Yep, I agree.
And Justin, I said my piece. I think you're a great coach. You've been on. It's an unfair hand you've been dealt.
Yep.
I'm going Doss in this one. I think Paul's turned a corner. I think Paul's ready to take that next step. I think they're going to compete for the district title this year. I think there's 4 teams in that district we talked about earlier that can win that district.
Yeah.
I think Doss is one of them. I think if Paul can keep those kids interested, keep them around. The bad news with Doss has always been after week 3, they kind of peter off because the kids start quitting and that.
Yes.
Can Paul keep them around?
Yep. And the brotherhood that he got, we've been there,
Oh, we
and
were
we've
there.
seen this. So this is something
And
that
what
we
did I say when we left?
Yeah.
This is not your same old Doss
no,
that's been there.
and that's why
last couple years.
I told Paul when I was there last year, the culture change.
Nothing against
is-
Crow and
No.
anything that Mike Crow did over there. Mike Crow moved on. Paul moved in. He changed things up for the better. Who knows?
Crow just wasn't the right fit. Crow's a good coach.
Crow's
good
a
man.
great coach. Crow's a good man.
You could just tell.
He retired.
Yeah, you could just tell it was just.
And certain things went certain ways. Mike
Right.
would still be there. He retired,
Possibly.
and
Yeah.
I don't know that he had to leave, but it was Paul stepped in and was the right man for the job.
Yes. Yep. And I agree.
And I love Paul. Paul's great. Paul's going to Austin is a great defense coordinator.
Harlow, shout out
Harlow's
Harlow.
a great defensive
Yep.
coordinator.
Our dogs over there.
Harlow's there.
Our dog. Is over
Harlow's there.
Our
He's a defensive
there.
coordinator, so he's going to
We
have them
worked with
ready.
him at one.
Hey, we watched them in the 7-on-7. Very competitive. Very.
He's over there with Paul.
competitive.
Okay.
They're very physical. They're very physical. So watch out that they will hit you in the mouth.
I think Doss wins this one 2 or 3 touchdowns.
Okay, so here we go. This is the final pick of the pick 6, and this is Cory's extra point.
This is a tough one.
Not for me.
DeSales at Seneca. Last year, DeSales won 27-19.
I say DeSales because DeSales has got a lot of the same team from last year coming back. Last year's team was the most successful team that my old high school has had in the last 7-8 years.
They were 12-1 when I was there.
When was that?
My bad. 6 years?
In what was that 17?
So 6
So
years,
7
7 years, 7 years. Yeah, you
I
just,
was right.
damn, he just
It's
called you
25.
out.
It's almost
No,
2025.
I didn't call him out. I didn't know the exact.
He did, but then he was like, "Oh shit, I'm wrong."
DeSales kids are better at math than Dawes kids.
But back to what I was saying earlier.
Yeah.
I caught a lot of shit for what I said about my high school when they went 0-10.
You were right, by the way.
I was not wrong at all. I caught all the smoke. And
Coach Jackson will be the first one to tell you were
Hey,
right.
You know what? And I smoked all the smoke. I'm still smoking it, and I don't give a shit. Because if my thing, when I said what I said, if you can't talk negative about your family or speak hard truths, who can? That comes from a place of love. I wouldn't say you should have won it all, but to me, there was no excuse you should have went 0-10. So me and Jackson had a man-to-man conversation at my house for 2.5 hours. He said, all right, I'll come to your house. You're man enough to talk to me face-to-face at the Toy Bowl. I said, come on, let's go. We did, and we've been cool ever since. Michael, I'll be talking to Mike Thursday.
Mike's a great guy.
6 o'clock.
He's another savant when it comes to football, man. He knows.
I didn't realize, and I'll be the first to tell Mike this, I didn't realize he knew football as much as he did until I was at a couple of the DeSales games last year. I was like, oh, shit, this guy knows his stuff.
He really is.
But I'm going to have to go with DeSales just because.
Think it's close?
Yeah. But I give it to DeSales.
I will tell you, Seneca's
Nothing
going
against
through.
Kenny. Kenny's my.
Seneca's going through
Kenny's
a regime
my
change.
dog.
Kenny's a dog. Kenny came from South Warren.
I like that button.
Kenny came from South Warren. Kenny knows how
He's
to
come
win.
from good tutelage.
He knows
That's
how
a
to
big boy
win.
word.
But
Don't know how to spell it, but I know what it means.
there's a big difference between South Warren and Seneca. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
That's why I'm going to have to go to
the kids.
DeSales.
He's got to get the kids to buy in. They're going to.
See, this is Mike's third year, though, with DeSales. The community finally bought into what Mike Jackson was trying to do with
They're not there
DeSales.
yet. They're getting there.
They're getting
But
there.
they've bought in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you know
They're
what?
buying in.
We had
Buying in, yeah. No, I'll give you
we had Peyton Moulter on
Yeah.
just a couple weeks ago, and he talked nothing good about Coach
but
Jackson.
good. Nothing but
nothing but good about Coach
Right.
Jackson.
Yeah.
So he's giving it to the kids, and he's understanding. You know what I mean? Them kids are buying in to what he's doing.
You know, they always say you don't want to follow a legend. What Harold did over there was legendary.
Yeah.
I mean, they won 2 state championships his first 2 years.
back to back.
We were when I was there, like I said, we were 12. We beat 6
Damn near
18.
won it again.
We beat 6
That's when
18.
LaRob was there. Yeah, you and LaRob were on the
I
same.
mean, it's hard to replace that guy. And Mike is, people don't want to hear it, but Mike was the guy for the job. It couldn't have been anybody different. He struggled that first year because there were some things going on over there where they weren't getting the kids they wanted to get. It's tough. DeSales has always had those hard-nosed kids that are legacy kids that their parents have been there for years, but you got to sprinkle in a couple of the other kids too, and that wasn't happening. That's why they went 0-11. It wasn't. And Mike Jackson was the first one to say, I totally screwed the pooch that year because I was hard-headed. I didn't do what I needed to do to
he said
adapt.
that, for sure.
I didn't adapt. I stuck with what I knew, and I was totally wrong. They were very competitive those last 3 games. They could have been 3-7.
Yeah.
Yep.
So don't blame Mike Jackson. Mike Jackson's bringing them back to where they need to be. DeSales will be there in the next.
Instead of sorry, Miss Jackson, it's sorry, Mr. Jackson.
They will be there in the next couple of years. DeSales will be there.
So listen, this has been a phenomenal episode. This is our first pick 6 of the season, and I hope you guys are enjoying. I actually timestamp everything, so you'll get every game, and I'll timestamp it just so you can skip to whatever game you want. Cory, phenomenal having you on, man.
Cory's the guy, man. Cory's the dude.
Part of my French, I don't fuck around. I
Cory's
tell
the
like
dude.
it is.
There you go.
I can
love
tell more like
Hey,
it is, but we ain't got time for it.
Should we tell them about once
Maybe we do.
Once the college season gets going, we're going to pick the Louisville, Kentucky game every week too.
Yes.
It's going to be our bonus. We're going to sprinkle that in there.
Like E40, sprinkle me, baby.
We're going to sprinkle the baby.
Sprinkle.
Speaking of Kentucky, finally allowed to do a little bit at Kentucky.
Cory's got big news. That is big news for
Only
him.
took 5 years.
He's
but
been trying for 5
There you
years.
go, man. Hey.
He's been shaking hands, kissing babies, trying to get his foot in
no
the door.
chapstick.
Trying to get his foot in the door, and he's finally there. Once again, if you need somebody to carry your bags and get an extra press pass, I'll be there with you.
So, like I said, it's been a phenomenal episode, man. I appreciate you coming out. You know what I mean? I said you got to go to work, and you working third shift?
Nah. So
Working. Third shift.
I work for a milk company. I'm a milkman.
He milks it. That's right.
Hey, the milkman talking
hey.
to the milkman. Hey, the two milkmen right here.
You know what it's like. You know what the union teaches you to milk the. Come on now. Union ways,
Hey.
union days.
We're going to have a different picker on every week.
Yes, every week.
I'm not 100% on next week. I'm working on it, but we're going to have a different guy every week. We're going to have Cory.
I tell you who'd be good. LaCunta Farmer.
Ooh, LaCunta. I never thought about that.
He could be on my list.
There you go.
I've got a list.
There you go.
If he ain't,
To be honest with you, I wanted to have Cory every week, but Cory's got his own thing, and I don't want to keep him. But I think it'd be cool to have a different picker every week.
Yep.
We got some breaking news. I don't want to break now, but coming.
break these.
I can't because I'm not 100% sure.
So make sure you guys go follow Cory on all his
follow Cory.
Facebook,
He's a good follow.
Facebook
Off record.
He's funny, dude.
and go follow his Twitter. I'll actually put it in here. So
If you want to keep up with Louisville and Kentucky, WWE, MMA, mixed martial, all of it. Cory is your guy because he's all over the place in a good way. He's all over the place, and that's what keeps him.
Unlike some people we know.
We're right there, baby.
Can I have 3 minutes?
go ahead. Hey, the floor is open. I was going to say the floor is open.
Let me air some bullshit out from last year. There's 2 certain individuals, and I don't give a shit because they can't whoop me. I'm gonna tell it like it is. Kevin, you know me. If I only get like this for a reason. There's 2 certain individuals that do what we do.
Here we go.
I don't have to name them. We know who they are. I don't like people that make subliminal messages. Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The 2 dudes from.
I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the 2 dudes from the letter M. I'll leave it alone. Now, if you're a grown man, you wouldn't make subliminals, right? So these said individuals then start something, and then they make a shot at me again. Because this was before you guys came around this year, which I'm really glad y'all did because I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's freed me up a lot, and I'm thankful because I was really the only one that was doing anything. So thanks again. They take a shot at me. If you're tired of the same old thing, well, here's something new. Dog, who else was you talking about? Just be a man. You know who you are.
There you go.
Shots fired.
It didn't take 3 minutes, but he got his point.
Shots fired.
So like we always say, everyone has a story.
Evidently, we're here for them to tell it.
Cleats to Whistle podcast.